Welcome. Welcome to Perception Inception, guys. This is just going to be a introductory episode or whatever you want to call it. So my name's Jonathan O'Connell. It's hard to really say exactly why I'm doing this. I mean, I know why, but it's hard to put it in a quick little sentence. But I feel like I have my perceptions that are so different, my experiences that are so different, and just my thoughts that seem so different from most people. Maybe not, probably most people. I'll say that. So, in light of everything going on, I feel, as well as I've noticed a lot of other people feel, they almost feel an obligation to create some kind of discourse via the internet, or, I mean, it's the easiest way to do it, honestly, especially right now. But, but just a place for people who are either confused what to think of things. A lot of us, including myself, I needed other people to say it for me to confirm, like, okay, like, I'm not going crazy. And this person who seems intelligible, they seem honest, they seem genuine and loving, and just like with all the right things set into their mentality, how they go about life, just seeing people doing good things, you can tell they're good people. Joe Rogan, Russell Brand, those are just two quick names off the top of my head, but Joe Rogan has no agenda. His agenda is to learn about as much as he can, and in the short lifetime that we all have as humans, we don't know when our time is going to be up. We don't know. As humans, we have absolutely no damn clue if there's actually a spiritual universe outside of these bodies. So, I mean, learn as much as you can. Be as loving as you can. Be as giving as you can. And just, I don't know, these are my philosophies. I just want to learn about as much things as possible and help as many people as I can as possible. And if this little YouTube channel can help people, like, actually help you, I don't want you to just take what I say and be like, oh, I'm gonna take what O'Connell said and just run with it. No, I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to just listen to my thoughts and make them your own. That's not at all. This is just to give you a different perception, a different perspective. Because, really, the only perspective we have is our own. And if we can broaden that perspective with the thoughts and ideals of others, then you can make it a more true perspective, true to the reality of nature. I'm I call it a natural thinking kind of person. And by that I mean, I take everything with a grain of salt, man. There's a lot of people trying to get rich off their ideas. There's a lot of people trying to put out their competition by saying specific things. I have no competition. My competition is myself. I am my competition, as everyone should be their own competition. You should be your competition with your yesterday self, If you got pissed off at your kids yesterday and you just decided to scream at them instead of explain why you were upset with them and what they could do better next time, whatever, then you're your own competition. You are in competition to be better than who you were yesterday. And, I look at things in a way of, I guess, conservative, but by that I don't mean conservative as in conserving values of how things have been going, because even before this pandemic and all this BLM shit started kicking off and everyone got extra fucking violent, before all that happened, I was thinking in my head so much that I couldn't be bothered at work to get out of my own head. Like, I would get irritated with people, and I knew something was off. I have felt it for so long. Just, it's like this ultra materialistic culture that we've cultivated that has taken over. And the more I learn, I'm a business owner. First off, I make my own products from scratch out of wood that I purchase either at the sawmill or at a lumber supply company. So I understand all the back end stuff that goes into making things. I also do all my online stuff. I run my website, I do my customer service, I pick my prices. And a lot of that has given me a lot of valuable insight, I think. You may not agree with me, but I believe I have a lot of valuable insight into business, just in general. Just general business insight, I believe. And it kind of just makes you realize, like, I do okay. I get by. I pay my bills. I'm definitely not, like, getting wealthy doing what I do, because I do everything myself, so I can really only make so much money. And the only way to make more money would be to, like, expand into different things and then have people do all that for me. So, I've got tons of great ideas that could be successful. I could be a millionaire in 10 years' time if I really want to. That's not my goal. My goal isn't to be just some rich snob. Because I've noticed that the more I spoil myself and the more I tell myself I deserve the material things, the more I become lost in it and the more selfish I become. And the more it's like a perpetual cycle. The more you give into the materialism, the more it pulls you in. It's like a black hole, man. Like, assuming black hole is a heavy gravitational planet or whatever. Assuming black holes actually suck anything in. We don't even know what a black hole is yet. We speculate that we know everything, right? That's another thing. Like, you notice, like, there's so many smart people who have such stupid ideas or such stupid thoughts that it's like, you really have to take everything with a grain of salt. And what taking something with a grain of salt means, it means to, don't take it for the bitterness that it comes off as. Take it, like, kind of dilute it or break up the bitterness with a grain of salt. At least that's how I think of it. I don't know if that's exactly what it is, but that's how I think of it. Take it with a grain of salt. Don't take it for what people say exactly, and just because someone's ideals or perspective is a certain way and they're successful, they're rich, maybe they're the richest person in the world. Elon Musk, for example. He's the richest person in the world, I think, right? Or at least in the US. But he's got some stupid ass ideas. He thinks we're living in a simulation. I'm not attacking him by any means. He can believe what he wants. And you can believe that we live in a simulation too. I don't really care. But it's not helping you to believe that everything is so out of your control is a terrible way to think. First off, I believe that I can do whatever I want within means, within reason. Like I said, if I want to be a millionaire, I know I can do it because I know I can come up with the ideas. I know how to make things. I know how to sell things. I know how to design. I know how to program CNC, all that. It takes time to get to that point in your life when you're just like, man, I feel like I could do anything. I feel like I could become rich. I feel like I could help people. I feel like I could just live life to the fullest, which is what I want to do. I just want to live life to the fullest. I want my family to be happy, and I want us all to just love each other. We don't have to always accept our ideas or what we say or our actions, but unconditional love doesn't mean that. It means that I will be here to tell you I love you, and I can help you in any positive way as I can within means. Like my wife, for example, we've gone through some pretty rough patches, especially this past 15 months or whatever. Honestly, it's longer than that because I started my business because I got fired from my job because I was working on this business at work on the computer. A little bit. I mean, they speculated much more than it really was. I always made up my time. I wasn't actually stealing time or anything, but the fact that I had it on my computer, they didn't like it, and they felt threatened, basically. So whatever. I took that really hard at first. I probably brushed it off on my wife and my kids a little bit, and come full circle with having my wife still be there for me, it really showed me what unconditional love really is. And even though my family already showed it to me, it's hard to accept what it actually means because you just think, well, that's my family, they have to do that. No, they don't. No, they don't. They don't have to do it, but they choose to, and that's the people you want in life. It's the people you want by your side. It's the people who unconditionally love you, and the people that will be there no matter what. You fuck up a million times, they're gonna be there and be like, I love you, but you need to get your shit together, man. That's what love is. Love is not telling you that, oh, your emotions are okay to have, and screw those people, your emotions are right, and just always trying to uplift you, but with lying to you. That's not love. That's coddling. That's, I don't even know exactly. That's not helpful either. It's backing up bad habits and allowing people to continually fail and continually mess up and just tell you that you're okay. And that's not true. You need to get your shit together. You need to accept your responsibilities. You need to work hard. You need to learn as much as possible, especially functional things. Learn how to make things. Learn how to design things. Screw college. You don't need college. You don't. I took a little bit of college, maybe 2-3 years, 2.5 years, but I didn't try. I didn't like it. I didn't believe in it. I was just going for the piece of paper that told me I could have specific jobs, mostly management jobs is what I was after. But it's just, I don't know, learn. Just learn for yourself. Learn how to do things. And eventually, it's not going to happen overnight. Eventually, you'll be at a point where you realize that you haven't been the driver of the elephant. This is an analogy I just heard on a book, an audio book. But your body's the elephant, your mind's the driver or the rider, whatever. And the rider always thinks it's in control, but the elephant knows it's in control. And if you can sync the two together, you can learn how to stop being such a little animal, learn how to calm the animal part that knows it can be in control, and you sync the two together with a nice symbiotic relationship, and you can do anything you want within reason. You know, you can be a terribly evil person, I guess, but I think you can only get so far with that. Or you can do what God intended, and you can help yourself. You can live a nice, fulfilling life, and you can actually do something good with the short life that you have. I'd much rather choose that option than to just let the animal have control. If I let the animal have control, and what I mean is, we are animals. We're vicious animals if we let it go. If we don't grab the reins and say, look, we need to figure out a deal because this is not going to work. We're going to die. You're going to run us off a cliff because you're throwing a fit. Like, this is not okay. You need to grab the reins of your animal and say, look, let's make a deal. And the deal is we're going to be good. I don't know. I mean, this is what I've told myself, and it's been working, so I'm going to stick with it. If it helps you to think of yourself as an uncontrolled animal, an unreined animal, then so be it. You need to recognize that we are mostly unconscious beings. We are mostly animal. We are barely conscious. And it's only when you learn so much about life and when you learn so many different perspectives, you actually are able to kind of view the animal from a third person point of view. And then that kind of lets you like control it a little bit more. And then eventually you're in a point where you could be so outraged up front, but then not act on it at all. And that's what I hope for everyone watching this. And that's what I hope for everyone in the world, honestly. But I know that's not possible, really. But we're going to try, okay? Anyway, thank you for watching this over 18-minute introduction video. If you have any comments, suggestions on videos, what to talk about, any of that, post them in the comments down below. You could please give me a thumbs up. Really appreciate it if you like it. I mean, if you hate it, go ahead and give me a thumbs down, I guess. But don't bother with the bell. I mean, as Russell Brand says, that's a little bit lunatic. Like, you're on your phone probably every day anyway. You're gonna notice when I upload something. Just look for it. You don't need that thing like ding ding ding. Oh, there's a new video, another new video, another new. I hate that. I hate having notifications, even if they're actually important. I don't like them. They just give me anxiety, and yeah, don't do it. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. Peace.